So this process is really important, and many tenants overlook their right to put their rent money in escrow. So some of your really significant repairs. So it can't be like, okay, he didn't fix the blinds, right? That's not really huge. But if there are issues like, okay, the furnace is emitting noxious fumes, and I think it's carbon monoxide, and the landlord doesn't fix it, certainly that's serious enough to take your rent downtown to the court. If it's something like there's no heat, or there's no water, or maybe there's a hole in the ceiling that is leaking, from the unit above, and mold is growing because of this water exposure, and the landlord is doing absolutely nothing. Those are circumstances where you really want to involve the court. And what is illegal for a landlord to do is to evict you after you report some of these problems. So that is called retaliatory eviction. And if a landlord, gets wind that you have reported him, or that you've put your money in escrow, he cannot evict you. And if you can prove that that eviction was retaliatory, it'll be dismissed. There are even damages around that type of a claim. So there should be no fear that you'll be evicted if you report or if you put your rent in escrow, because as long as your rent is in escrow, it's with the court, right? And so the court is going to see that you've paid your rent. So it cannot be considered non-payment as long as your rent is in escrow. And so many people make the mistake of saying, well, you didn't make the repair, so you don't deserve rent money, which is logical, but the law just doesn't allow that type of sequence. The moment you stop paying your rent, you lose your protection, because now you are, sort of delinquent. So you don't want to put yourself in that position where you lose your protection. Always, always, always pay your rent to the court. If it comes down to that. And before going to the court, you want to make sure that you give your landlord some type of a notice of the problem, and give him time to fix the problem, right? And so don't say to him Tuesday, hey, I have no heat, and then Tuesday afternoon, go to the court and put your rent in. No, that won't work. You have to give him adequate time, reasonable time to fix the problem. So those are the steps that you take if you want to do rent escrow.